Hey friends, this is Placidity Nest. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving into a topic that affects all of us at some point, which is breaking the cycle of negative thinking. Whether it's that critical inner voice telling you you're not good enough, or those nagging doubts that seem to pop out of nowhere, negative thinking can really hold us back from living our best lives. In this video, we're going to explore proven strategies that can help you transform those negative thoughts into more positive and empowering ones. So grab your favorite beverage, cozy up, and let's get right to today's topic. Breaking the cycle of negative thinking is a journey that involves understanding and transforming your thought patterns. One of the most effective ways to do this is through cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. CBT is a powerful tool for improving mental health, and it's widely used to tackle negative thinking. So what exactly does CBT involve? At its core, it's about identifying those distorted thought patterns that pop up automatically, often in response to certain situations. For instance, if you make a mistake at work, you might immediately think, I am such a failure, or I can never get anything right. These kind of thoughts can become automatic and deeply ingrained, but the first step in CBT is to become aware of these thoughts. This requires mindfulness and a willingness to really examine your own mental processes. Once you've identified a negative thought, the next step is to challenge it. Ask yourself questions like, what evidence do I have that this thought is true? What evidence do I have that it isn't true? Is there a more balanced way to view this situation? By examining the evidence for and against your negative thoughts, you can begin to see them in a more realistic light. For instance, instead of thinking I'm a failure, you might realize that everyone makes mistakes, and that one mistake does not define your entire worth. After challenging a negative thought, replace it with a more positive or neutral one. For example, I made a mistake, but I can learn from it and improve. This process of cognitive restructuring helps to create new and healthier thought patterns over time. Another way to tackle negative thinking is mindfulness. Being present is a game changer against negative thoughts. It's all about focusing on what's happening right now without judging it. Being present allows you to experience life more fully and reduce the tendency to ruminate on past mistakes or future worries. By staying engaged in the current moment, you can more easily let go of negative thoughts and appreciate the positive aspects of your life. One effective practice in cultivating mindfulness is mindful breathing. Find a quiet space to sit or lie down, close your eyes, and take several deep breaths. Tune into the sensation of each inhale and exhale, focusing on the rhythm of your breath as it flows in and out of your body. Should your thoughts drift, gently guide your attention back to your breath. This practice of mindful breathing serves as an anchor to the present moment, pulling you away from the grip of negative thoughts and into a state of calm awareness. Another effective strategy is acceptance and separating yourself from your thoughts. This approach is often used in acceptance and commitment therapy, or ACT. Acceptance involves acknowledging your negative thoughts and feelings without trying to change them. It's about recognizing that these thoughts and feelings are a part of the human experience and not something to be avoided or suppressed. Cognitive diffusion is a technique used in ACT to help you separate yourself from your thoughts. Instead of being caught up in your thoughts, you learn to observe them as external events. For example, instead of thinking I'm a failure, you might say, I'm having the thought that I am a failure. This subtle shift helps to reduce the power of the thought and allows you to see it as just a mental event, not an absolute truth. To practice acceptance and cognitive diffusion, try these steps. Notice the negative thought without judgment. Label the thought as mental event and not an absolute truth. Observe the thought without trying to change it. Let the thought pass with understanding that it does not define you. By accepting your thoughts and separating yourself from them, you can reduce their impact and prevent them from controlling your emotions and behaviors. Another way to break the cycle of negative thinking is understanding your thought patterns. By becoming aware of how your thoughts are structured, you can begin to change them. Cognitive distortions are biased ways of thinking that contribute to negative thoughts. Common cognitive distortions include all or nothing thinking, meaning seeing things in black and white, with no middle ground. For example, if I'm not perfect, I am a failure. Or overgeneralization, making broad conclusions based on a single event. For example, I failed this test, so I'm not good at anything. Or catastrophizing, expecting the worst possible outcome. For example, if I make a mistake, everyone will think I'm incompetent. Once you've identified a cognitive distortion, challenge it by asking these questions. Is this thought based on facts or assumptions? Is there evidence that contradicts this thought? What would I say to a friend who had this thought? By challenging cognitive distortions, you can begin to see your thoughts in a more balanced and realistic way. Reflective practices are also essential for gaining insight into your thought patterns and making meaningful changes. These practices involve taking the time to reflect on your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. One of the most effective reflective practices is journaling. Writing about your thoughts and experiences can help you understand and process them better. Set aside time each day to write about your thoughts, feelings, and any patterns you notice. Reflect on what triggers your negative thoughts and how can you respond differently. Regular self-reflection helps you to become more aware of your mental processes. Here are some key questions you can ask yourself. Which situations trigger my negative thoughts? How do I typically respond to these thoughts? What alternative responses could I try? By reflecting on these questions, you can develop a deeper understanding of your thought patterns and identify strategies for a change. Integrating all these strategies into your daily life can help you break the cycle of negative thinking. And here's how you can combine them. Start with mindfulness. Begin your day with a mindfulness practice, such as mindful breathing. This sets a positive tone for the day and helps you stay present. Daily reflection. Take time each day to reflect on your thoughts and experiences through journaling. Identify any negative thought patterns and cognitive distortions. Practice acceptance. When negative thoughts arise, practice acceptance and cognitive diffusion. Recognize the thoughts without judgment and let them pass. Challenge and replace negative thoughts. Use CBT techniques to challenge and replace negative thoughts with more balanced ones. Continuously work on restructuring your thought patterns. I hope this video brought you some valuable insights, and if you have a friend or loved one who's struggling with negative thinking, make sure to share this video with them. Also, please note that I'm not a mental health professional or expert. These suggestions are just based on personal experiences, research, and advice from trusted sources. And if you're struggling with mental health issues, please seek professional help from a qualified therapist or a counselor. It's okay to ask for support when you need it, and taking care of your mental health should always be a top priority. And if you have any additional tips or experiences on how to break the cycle of negative thinking, I would like to hear from you in the comments section below. And please consider giving this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on future content. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one.